Nero?
So the point that we make is that he didn't die, but rather converted to Judaism.
And then you think he fled to the Parthians? Is that what happened?
Well, he obviously fled to the rabbis, and he fled probably to Babylon, and from him came Rabbi Meir, and that's our proof. Rabbi Meir was a historical figure. Rabbi Meir, and he was very, very big in the foundation of Judaism.
Wait, so you think Christianity was started by Nero?
No, I didn't say that at all. I didn't say that at all. No,
Adam, you're muted.
What is the significance of this Nero hypothesis? Like today, is it relevant?
Yeah, like what happens after this? Does it do anything to the world? Is there any?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. There is a very big sage. There's two big historical figures called Josephus and Ramban Yochanan ben Zakkai.
Okay, we know both of those very well.
Yes, and both of these figures, more so even Josephus, both knew of, we'll call it foreknowledge, that Nero was no longer going to be this emperor anymore. Okay, both of them.
Well,
okay.
Josephus was writing in the time of Vespasian, though.
But the way that he was there, so with him, with the seeds of Yapta, he was able to, I mean, through the way it comes down in his writings, that he was able to, do some miracles and get out of there alive, and Vespasian ends up confirming this later. That nevertheless, the people confirmed that what Josephus said was true, that he had got out of there miraculously. Same thing with Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. He was able to do some miraculous things recorded in the Talmud, which then led to Vespasian sanctioning Yavne and the sages. Not the temple was still destroyed, and the sages talk about this, that they say about Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai and how he should have tried to save the people of Jerusalem.
That's how you get rabbinic. That's how you get rabbinic Judaism. That's what the Talmud says, that Vespasian spared these two cities. Him and his son Titus were sacking all these cities and destroying everything. And these these sages came and they were like, just listen, bro, you got us. We're done. Just save these two cities, Yavne, and I think it was just one city, right? One city?
It was just Yavne.
Yavne.
It was Rabban Yochanan. It was Yavne and the sages is what they wanted. And it goes into obviously Rabbi Yochanan and Zadok, and obviously because he had fasted for a long time. There's some other things that go into this, but he only asked for very, very specific things from Vespasian, Rabbi Yochanan ben Zakkai. Josephus as well. He obviously becomes Flavius Josephus, but he ends up taking, I believe, the priestly lineage to Rome itself as well. There's like,
and then so they spare Yavne, and because they spared Yavne, Israel survives.
Well, not only do we survive,
they start a whole new religion, which is rabbinic Judaism.
Not only do we survive, we conquer the Roman Empire.
That's you could debate.
So
that. Adam agrees with you. So
if you go and you read, if you go to Masechet Avodah Zarah, Tractate of Avodah Zarah in the Talmud, the first really 10 pages, all the way to page 11, you're going to see to where there was a convert named Onkelos, to where they would send Roman legions after him to go try and get him back from being a convert, and legions would continue to convert alongside of him by listening to his arguments, and they would convert to Judaism. So much so that they stopped sending soldiers, because they would continue to convert to Judaism. Judaism was very, 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 very potent to the Romans. Very, very potent.
Sounds a little fictional, to be honest.
Well, no, it is true that I think it's true that Yavne was spared by the Jewish, or by the destruction of Vespasian.
No, that's
I
not the
think-
part
No,
I was referring to. I was talking about all of the Roman soldiers converting. That doesn't.
Oh
sound-
yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
So
Some
there's
Jews,
actually
but that
My
sounds
only
fictional.
pushback is that Christianity is not Judaism. And Adam might disagree. I think what happens is
why do you say that?
because it's so Hellenistic. It's so light. Maybe you want to pull. Maybe I know Adam might say because it's Noahide. All right, fine. But I think what's happening, because Judaism is so Platonic and so philosophically informed by the Pythagorean, pre-Socratic, as I pointed out from what we see in Alexandria, that when the urban areas of the Roman Empire are they have like Jews there, they have Greek monists there. Christianity is the perfect vehicle to come along and just sort of say, okay, we have it figured out. This is the best religion. All your Greek gods, they're all fucking dumb. Jesus, the Christ, he's got Asclepius traits. He's got Dionysian traits. He's got Apollonian traits. He's like Serapis. He's like all of them rolled into one. And
But he's
people are
also
like
Moses and Jacob, and
but he also
Joshua
fulfills the
and
Torah.
Right.
And that's where and I think Neil, I think that's where I am more interested in you, because your channel's name's Gnostic Informant, right? And you pull out your interpretation. You pull out all these similarities, but the way you interpret it is you remove it from the mysteries. Because when the mysteries, we deal with like, for instance, mysteries, everyone knows reincarnation is like, everyone knows in whatever way you interpret it, transfiguration,
metempsychosis.
Yeah, exactly. You can look at it different ways, but it's a fact of the mysteries and wherever you go. And this is how you're able to unify these concepts throughout things. So, for instance, like we say that Joseph was Serapis, right?
Yeah,
we say Joseph.
That's in the Talmud.
We say Joseph.
It's the other way around, I think.
Well, we say actually there's very big secrets about this, and I'm allowed to reveal such things at this time. Mashiach ben Yosef's, which is always these figures of Joseph, which is reincarnation of Joseph pretty much throughout the generations. He's always starting cults. Okay, he's the secret of the dove and the raven. The raven is the Mashiach ben Yosef that goes away and doesn't come back, because he's the secret of starting cults. And so we know this through the mysteries.
Where are you getting that part? Sorry to interrupt, but the starting cults thing, where are you getting that?
This is brought down for us in the Zohar. This is brought down for us by my rabbi, Rav Yedai Ha'ari. He brings us down to many of his videos. This is written in many texts, in Kabbalistic texts, that the dove and the raven represent the two Mashiachs. But the raven doesn't come back because he's scattered amongst the nations, and he's like the Mashiach ben Yosef figure that goes and starts these aspects of the cults that happened, like these false religions. Because Yerevam was the secret of Mashiach ben Yosef, and he created this cult, this calf that would float in the air and say, "I am your God." And so he was the secret of these cult makers. They would make cults and things like this, and so people would go after him. And I may be saying too much for this stream, but I can say that we have...
Keep going. You're not saying too much. I want to hear more.
I do want to get to Nick. Because he's been waiting, and Jacob. But I do want to hear some. Go ahead, finish your thoughts up, and we'll go.
Tell us more about the dove and the raven, the two messiahs.
And then if you want to get back in line too, we'll have it back on again. But go ahead.
So let's tie it back into how this all goes into maybe a little bit of historical aspect with the Nero, right? And why I tie it into Nero and with the Yavne and Josephus so much, because Neil, you're very historical, right? But if you could just unify the mysteries with the history for a second, you'll be able to see a different level of these things, to where in the mysteries, the history does make sense to us, because we're able to understand that if you want to look at it one way or another, energy, you can't destroy energy. It's only transformed. So reincarnation, the aspect of these mysteries transforming themselves and being not only transformed, but there's a big secret to it, that it's actually a technology that can be utilized by people who have certain types of knowledge. And that's why gnosis is so important, is because once you realize the world that you live in, if you're a true Gnostic or anybody who's realizing the mysteries.
You want to see something crazy before you even finish that? I already know what you're going to say. Are you ready for this? This is a physicist who I follow, and she just recently came out with this bombshell. If there's anything I believe in, it's this. If there's anything I believe in, it's this. She says, if you trust mathematics, we are immortal. This German scientist argues that information cannot be destroyed, and in principle, it is possible that a higher being one day, in some way, could reassemble it and bring it back to life. She says, I'm not going to read the whole thing. Look this up for yourself. I'll drop a link in the description or in the chat. She says, think of a death as a drop of ink that falls into the ocean. You are the drop. The ocean is the universe. That what made up the drop will spread in the ocean and become unrecognizable. You are dead. You are gone. You are over with. All that's left is your legacy and your memory. But that data is still in the universe somewhere. And it can potentially, according to mathematics, be brought back. That's fascinating stuff.
Well,
you got to hand it. You got to admit that it's fascinating. Most atheists will go, "Oh my God, that's so stupid." But it's like, it's really not. It's really not that stupid to think about.
Yeah, well, all of you guys think it's fascinating. Those in the mystery schools, we're all knowing that it's actually a technology that can be. You can see it because this information is brought down through the ancient mysteries through letters. You guys are talking about the gematria for the Greek, but one of the things that shows why we Jews are so connected to the Hebrew Torah so much is because of the gematria as well. The Torah is aligned in a certain specific number of letters that have these numbers that are corresponding to them as well, and there's like many allusions to like. People would call them coincidences or different things like this, but the Greeks were familiar with gematria and how different secrets were within the letters and the numbers themselves, versus what you guys just revealed earlier about the 666 being Claudius, right? And how, this is you should get a peer review. Well, we Jews do the same thing with gematria, but we go very, very deep into it, right? And because the numbers don't lie. And that's why we stick so closely to this aspect of we say who wrote this thousands and thousands of years ago, and we stick to this like we think we're just sticking to the tradition, but we're looking at this number. We're looking at, like, you played the Pi movie in the beginning of this
I played
stream.
that on purpose, yeah.
Okay, so we are so connected. We are so connected to the numbers that we'll never go away from it because we see the divinity in those numbers. Just like Pythagoras, just like all the mystery schools see the divinity inside the mysteries by manifesting the endless within reality, sometimes like an artist painting a picture, but on a very, very deeper level because it's connected through multiple lives. Because many times, like the Masons know this and things like this, to where a man would start a project and he would die before he finished his project, and he'd have to finish it in another life. And that's the big secret of the mysteries, is being able to pick up where you left off through being able to retain the information. And that's the way that we
do. You know the gematria of Donald Trump?
I think, yeah, it's been brought down like 424. Mashiach, yeah.
Moshiach ben David?
Yeah.
What do you think about that coincidence?
I don't think it's a coincidence. I think.
Wait, hold on. Pause.
Okay.
You're telling me that Mashiach ben David is the same gematria as Donald Trump?
Yeah, it's been all over the internet. Everyone knows about this.
I probably heard it. I just didn't believe it.
Yeah, he touched the wall. He touched the wall at the Western Wall.
So did I.
Do you follow my show or something?
So wait. Everyone that goes to Jerusalem touches.
No, everyone knows this.
You can't touch the wall without wearing the hat. You can't even get in there. They give you a hat. And
if he touched the wall.
If you try to walk past without putting a hat on, they're going to kick you out.
You think that
so
was
I think that we live in a programmed, simulated reality until you understand that this is technology that's being controlling everything. Until you understand that you're in a straight game, a simulated reality, you're never ever going to get it. You're going to be putting dots together, and people are going to scramble the Rubik's Cube before you can get it every time.
Have you heard about
Damn,
the
man.
gematria of Jesus or Yeshu?
888.